Hi everyone, it's Jolie, and today we are going to learn how you can use Google Sheets to create a reading log for your students. So, the first thing that I did is I decided what columns I would need. I would need 5 columns, one column for the date, one for a book title, pages read, a little reflection, and the minutes. Then I resized row 1. So I typically have a header in the first row and I need to adjust row 1 so that there is room for the image. Now I create all my images at Canva. If you haven't checked out Canva, definitely do so. You can create an educator account for free. Now, once I created this image, you'll notice it is an animated GIF. I was able to insert the animation by going to Insert, Image, and selecting Insert Image over Cells. The only way you can insert an animation is to insert the image over the cells. So that's what I did, and then I used the paint bucket to fill in the other cells with the purple color. Now, I also got these images from Canva, and when I downloaded the images, I downloaded them with a transparent background. And these images, I could just go to insert image in a cell since there is not an animation. Now, there's one last step. The last step would be to use what we call data validation. Data validation is located here in data. And if you go down, you'll see data validation. And what I did was for the first column, we want the students to enter a date. So for the criteria, you can select from numbers, text, checkboxes. I wanted a date for this whole column. So now you'll notice when students double click in this column, they will be prompted to select the date. And I just find that very handy. So you could have students type in the date themselves, but now if you use data validation, they can just select the date here. Now the book title is text, pages read. I wanted this to be a number. So once again, I use data validation. So data validation, and I had students enter a number between 0 and 200 pages. So if a student tries to enter 201 pages, they will get a little error here saying the number must be between 0 and 200. Same if they try to enter a word, they will also get an error saying to enter a number. So I like using data validation for that. And also for minutes. I wanted to use data validation for minutes as well because I wanted students to enter realistically if they read for 1 minute up to an hour. So you'll notice if they type in a word, they're going to get an error message saying to input a number. And the reason why I did that is because I did enter a formula. So let's say students enter their minutes here. You'll notice at the bottom, there is a formula here adding up. So the formula equals sum, and we're going to have a parentheses E4 to E49. So I left 50 rows. You could change that. You could include as many rows as you want, but I did want the sum to auto-populate at the bottom. Now, I also got rid of all the extra columns and rows. You'll notice that it ends at column E, and I did that by selecting the cells that I want to keep. So I want to keep all these cells. And if you go to the extensions, I downloaded Crop Sheet, and I want to crop to the selection. And you'll notice the rows at the bottom have now disappeared. So I use the Crop Sheet extension daily. I think it's super handy. And I think that if you are using reading logs in your classroom, I think you will find Google Sheets to be extremely useful. Thank you, everybody.